Hello friends, hi and welcome back to my channel. Today is time for another wardrobe update. I added quite a few things this month or last month due to Black Friday mostly. Everything that I added except one thing was actually on my list. So that doesn't happen so often that I'm able to find so many things in such a short time that I have been looking for. So that I'm really excited about, and I felt like we just wanted to jump right into what I have added. And the first thing I wanted to talk about is my new navy cashmere and wool coat from the Curated. I already have a coat from the Curated. Actually, my only other winter coat is the Curated. It is the charcoal coat in the boyfriend shape, of course, and I bought it last year very early on, and I just wore it basically every single day almost. I was just so in love with it and still am. But I also knew that I wanted to add another coat just to have some variety, and I did much earlier this year consider two different coats. There's this other beige coat that I had really fallen in love with, and I would really love to add it, but it's double as expensive as the Curated coat, which is already pretty up there, and I just couldn't justify to myself investing in that for this year. So maybe next year if I'm just as in love with it. And in the meantime, now I bought my navy coat. I did decide getting this one in the classic shape, and when I first tried it on, I did have to I was a little bit skeptical because it's a lot less large. I swim a lot less in it than I do in my boyfriend coat. So I was hanging out in it at home for a few hours, just making sure that I would get used to the shape. So I was a little bit reluctant actually about cutting off the tag, but I did, and now I have just been wearing it every day since. I haven't reached for the charcoal. I mean, obviously that will happen again once the newness of the navy coat falls back down, because they are both runs out, because they're both such good quality. This season I have really been enjoying navy. I'm feeling so at home in the navy color, and it's been really nice to add a coat in that color, because obviously, like I often mention or talk about, a coat does take up the majority of your outfit, especially in winter and the colder seasons. So far, amazing results with this coat. It's really warm for just how thin it is, and of course the quality is beautiful. I mean, I really was expecting it to deliver, because I do think so highly of the brand. So no surprise there. My expectations are pleasantly met. The next thing I added is another pair of black boots. This is also something that I had been looking for a really long time. Originally, I was looking for a more classic Chelsea boot for really long, and I tried quite a couple of pairs on, but I think this was an item that in my head, because it's such a classic, I really wanted. But when push came to shove, I am just so much more comfortable in something that is just slightly more contemporary. And so I found these boots from Vagabond that are, in my opinion, the perfect mix between classic and just more contemporary. They are very close to my other Vagabond boots. You know, of course, if you're a regular, you know about my pointy fall leather boots. I actually bought the new pair as sort of a substitute, because although I absolutely love the other ones, they are just a little bit too pointy and a little bit too high maybe for everyday wear, or most days of wear, because I walk a lot. According to my Fitbit, I walk between 15 and 25,000 steps a day. So even though they are really comfortable, my original Vagabond boots, they're just my toes are just squished at the end of the day, and while it's not unbearable, it's just not pleasant. So I felt like I found the perfect compromise. These other ones look slightly more casual, but they are that much more comfortable. And the boots of this price, I paid $150 for them. They are just yeah, they're really comfortable. The quality is really nice. Obviously, I haven't been able to wear them that much so far. I think I've worn them 10 or 12 times. I mean, that's still good. But then on days where I know I don't have to walk as much, I will still reach for my original Vagabond boots, just because I love them so much. And it occurred to me the other day, wow, once those boots give in, I will be devastated. So it's really good that I have something that is also sort of dressed up, but is better to walk further in, so that I can alternate between them. So yeah, really excited about that as well. Then the next thing I added is also something that we have been talking about in one or two previous wardrobe updates. So this is also like a wish that goes further back, and it is a camel toned handbag. I ended up going with, I think it's called number deux. I can't pronounce it, I'm so sorry. But the shape is, in my opinion, slightly more casual. This like rounded, almost saddle kind of shape. It does sort of fit in very well with my the Hermes, in my opinion, just like this more like rounded shape rather than classically more square shapes that a lot of bags exist in. And I think this is just like part of my personal style. I'm not huge on bags, but the bags that I've drawn to do have these like slightly rounder shapes a lot of the time, or just like softer lines, which is interesting. But yeah, I added this in camel and I am so glad that I did. It goes so well with the navy. It's so beautiful. The only thing is I won't be able to wear it every day because I do need a larger bag a lot of the time. But then of course I have something else that I can wear, something stunning, which is the again, the Hermes bag. The outfit that I already know that I'm going to like pop in here, like the color combination, in my opinion, is just like so amazing, and I will definitely be adding something more in either camel or cognac down the line, but right now I'm just very pleased with having just this one. I am gonna test run it for much longer before I add something else in that color. Then I added something from Black Friday, and this was actually a little bit more random. It is a pair of Levi's jeans. It's the 70s super high-rise something straight leg. Out and about looking for Black Friday, I just stumbled upon them, and like the description sounded exactly like something that would be appropriate for my tall body type. But here actually comes something that I want to talk a little bit about. So usually, of course, I have my Everlane jeans. I have two of the pair of cheeky jeans, and while I am very comfortable with the shape and I think they look very good on me, I did start to get a couple of comments saying that they weren't super flattering, or that they sort of like looked loose, and that maybe I should look for jeans with no elastane. And so I think some of these comments got to me, even though I am pleased with the Everlane jeans, and I added this pair of Levi's jeans. Now don't get me wrong, they fit very well. They fit at least as beautifully as the Everlane jeans, and the color is slightly different. I will also say that the color is more like original jean color, so they definitely have a space in my wardrobe. But after having worn them, like I think I wore them like 8-10 times with no wash as of yet, and they are now also kind of like loose sitting, even though they are without elastane. These are just regular cotton denim jeans, and I think I just like, jeans just get looser with wear until you wash them again. And even if they're not supposed to, that would then mean that I would need a bigger fit, because I mean, I'm a human being, so my body changes a lot throughout the day. Like as I move throughout my day, depending on like what I eat and stuff, like my belly will just like expand and retract. It's just like part of human nature, and it just gave me like a slightly iffy feel that I accidentally made a few of these comments get to me. And while I definitely know for sure that nothing was like ill intended, I'm also sort of realizing that like just how skewed people's views of how things are supposed to look just are, because this is real life. I mean, jeans don't look perfect every time you wear them, especially not after wear, and depending on like what's going on with you that day, they might sit slightly differently or less flattering. Of course, if you go on Pinterest and look on all the inspo pictures or where you're getting your inspiration from, Instagram, like everything is looking perfect. People are taking these photos when the jeans look amazing, where everything else look amazing. No one is going to be repinning or enjoying our less than good photos. People are looking for inspo for when things look good. But this is real life. Things don't always look like that, and I definitely don't strive for perfection, neither in life or on this channel either. If I have to showcase you guys something, I don't wash it before so that it looks perfect. If something is slightly creased, then I have to wear it. If I wasn't going to steam it before leaving my house, I'm not going to steam it before sitting down on camera either. Like I try very hard for my own life not to like indulge in this world of like perfection or even like fakery where things have to be like filtered or perfect. I mean, of course, like I also enjoy when my things look at their best and then post these photos, but just some of us can tend to be like so conditioned on what we are seeing on the internet and social media, because like after all, like literally hours a day is spent in that world rather than like the real world, and that is where we're like really like consuming information. And it's just, now that I've gained like more traction in like subscribers, I still like to believe that most of you are here because to a certain extent you also enjoy the authenticity that I feel like I bring in terms of like how I present things. I got like kind of an icky feeling that I let those comments get to me and added a pair of jeans sort of out of like, oh, like, are my jeans not well enough? Are they not loose enough? Do they not sit well on my stomach? Where it's just, this is just how I look. I try my best, and I'm not sure that was criticism that I should have like taken in. I should have just left it as what I believe it is, which is that sometimes people's expectations of how things should look at all times, and especially presented on a YouTube channel, are skewed. Like, I'm totally okay, but I gave a lot of thought to it afterwards to not be influenced by where other people are coming from expectations wise, when I am totally fine with something myself. And I hope that you do the same. If you're happy with something, don't let people question you into feeling inadequate in what you are wearing, I guess is where I'm getting with that. So the next thing that I added is a hot pink turtleneck, cashmere turtleneck, semi-thin, and from the Swiss brand Collective Manor, which I already have a few pieces from that I've been very pleased with. I had actually been looking at it for a couple of months when it first launched in fall, but it was just a little bit on the expensive side, and I don't know, I couldn't justify to myself getting it. So once it hit Black Friday and was 30% off, I did decide on getting it, and I'm so glad that I did. Hot pink is not a color that I am comfortable with wearing every day. I do definitely enjoy my muted colors more, but sometimes I just want that extra spice, and I will reach for something like a hot pink in my wardrobe, and it also goes very well with the new navy coat. Next thing I added is another turtleneck. I'm definitely just like a turtleneck girl. I feel very comfortable in these fitted turtlenecks. I have been looking for a really long time for a light blue cashmere fitted turtleneck, and when I say a long time, I mean a couple of years, and I just haven't been able to find it. So I did find something very close. This is 100% wool and not cashmere, and it does have a rip, which I was not looking for, but it was taken down from 140 francs to 60 for Black Friday, so I did decide on getting it anyway. And this is one of those things where I made an exception and actually compromised, because I've been looking for something for a really long time. I do always recommend that you wait until you find your perfect item, but sometimes you want a specific item so much, so when you find the next best thing, it's hard not to pull the trigger, and that is exactly what I did. Then I added another two things for Black Friday that has also been on my list for a really long time. One of them is a baby blue cashmere beanie, and the other one is an oat colored cashmere scarf. Both of them are from a local Swiss department store, their own brand, and again, this is a Black Friday sale where I already knew that I wanted these two, and then I waited for the sale and again saved 30%. So that I'm also very pleased with. So these are the things that I've added since last time. They've all very quickly found a place in my wardrobe. I wear all of them. The only thing that, yeah, I feel slightly, again, icky about is just the Levi's jeans, but I think that's rather caused by where that idea sort of came from. That I needed new jeans that are very similar to the ones that I already had, but I will try my best to make a really good relationship with them anyway, and make a good life for them here in my wardrobe together with the rest of my stuff. I definitely feel like with where I am right now in the journey of my personal style, like leaving a lot of things behind, which we've talked a lot about in my past couple of videos, like the cool girl aesthetic and another few items that I felt like I had to make work but never were able to. And it's funny how letting go of things. I think this is true for all areas of life, but like letting go of things that aren't serving you makes space for all these things that are, and you have much more time to like focus on bettering your journey, or like giving more time to the things that you actually enjoy. And I feel like something that I have been doing lately is I've been really indulging in like the feminine side to my style, like enjoying that part, and definitely going a bit down on that journey of like cultivating the feminine parts of my style, which is something that I feel like I sometimes have maybe not like neglected in the future, but I never realized just how present that side to me were, and how much it like was calling to be nurtured. So that is what I'm doing with my style these days. And the next thing I'm going to talk about is also unrelated to my wardrobe updates, but I felt like I wanted to throw it in here in the end for those of you who enjoy the wardrobe updates and who are always here at the end of the video. And it is that I deactivated my Instagram just short of a month ago, and it was a little bit difficult to make the decision in some ways, because I know a lot of you guys are following me on there, and it's like the space I have to just stay connected and throw out a photo every once in a while, and just like remind all of you more often that I'm in existence, and also answering your DMs and stuff. I felt like it was really taking away from my focus, and I really needed a break from social media. And now that it's been a month, I'm much more comfortable not having it. Like my brain no longer like reminds me like go get your dopamine fix like 10 times a day to like go check Instagram, and then like getting caught scrolling there. I'm finding myself laughing more, smiling more, and just appreciating my real life friendships more. I've had more time to make more like focused and better content. Like I've just had more time to really think about the content, and it shows in the enjoyment from you viewers. So that is very lovely. So yeah, just wanted to throw that in there. If you feel the need to take a break from Instagram, I most certainly have found many small positive differences in doing so, and everything I need to know, I will know through my friends, and the rest is essentially information that I don't need to know, even if it's nice to see baby pictures or what certain people that I'm not in contact with are doing. It's actually not that nice after all, and if I care, I will ask someone, and I will ask my friends to send me pictures of their babies all the time, which I'm sure they're enjoying that someone is actually asking. So yeah, that was all I had for today's wardrobe videos. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up as always, so that I know. And if you're here for the first time and still here at the end of this video, then you should consider subscribing to my channel. And thanks for watching, and farewell.